right. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
All right, we want to give double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone with Rubo. We want to give a peace, greetings, and salutations to all the Lechakim that's pushing His word in truth and sincerity. You know, this is just another GMS Miami class, and we're gonna go into on the see here, man. The mark of the beast, that the Bible speaks of, the major prophecy that we're waiting on, before our Lord Yahushua comes back, man. Which the Lord, He said He's gonna keep us in these times, but we gotta edify the point of this prophecy, you know. So let's go to first precept, Isaiah 34, 16. Because this is where you're gonna find. This is where you're gonna find the prophecy of the mark of the beast in the Bible. You're not gonna find it nowhere else, man. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 64. Isaiah chapter 34. So like it, verse 16 says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read." So you gotta seek. You gotta seek out of the book of the Lord. That's the 1611 King James version, which includes the Apocrypha. You gotta read it. All right, with all that get understanding, you need a teacher to teach you, man. That's what we learned this from our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. It says, "No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate." Meaning none of the prophecies gonna fail. All right, and this, you can't make the Bible with any other book, man. It says, "For my mouth it have commanded, and His spirit it have gathered." So we've been gathered by His word, man. So we just gonna go. Can you go to the link I sent you with the Wikipedia?
Mm-hmm.
Go to the main screen. Oh, actually, right here. All right, so it says this is the microchip implant. All right, which is the prophecy of Revelation 13 chapter. All right, we're just gonna read about it, then we're gonna go into the scriptures to break it down. Esau already know.
It says a human microchip implant is any electronic device implanted subcutaneously or subdermally, which means under the skin,
right?
Usually via an injection.
Yeah. So once we go to the prophecy, it's going to tell you that the mark of the beast is something injected to you under your skin, basically, man. You know, you can continue reading on.
It says examples include an identifying integrated circuit RFID device encased in silicate glass, which is implanted in the body of a human being. This type of subdermal implant usually contains a unique ID number that can be linked to information contained in the external database.
Yeah, so we're gonna come back to that ID number because this is all about Esau eating the super white man's new world order. Because he's gonna have everybody into that database, that blockchain, man. All right, you got it, brother. Continue on.
Information contained in the external database, such as identity document, criminal record, medical history, medications, address book, and other potential uses.
So in that, once you get that C here, all your information gonna be in that database, man. Yep. You're gonna know who you were, your record, your medical history, your address, everything gonna be in that blockchain system, man.
Yep.
So let's go to the prophecy about this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, in verse 16, it says, "And He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads."
Yeah, so this is talking about the elite bankers, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts. They want to have total control, and they're going to cause everybody. All right, to see a mark, you go to that word mark, you're going to break that down.
It's Strong G 5480 charagma, which means a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah. The mark branded upon horses, a theme carved, a sculpture, a graven work of idolatrous images.
Yeah, so it said a theme carved. Can you go back to that Wikipedia?
Yep.
Go to subdermal implant.
Yep.
Yeah, read that. You can read the whole thing, but it's right here.
That's It says a subdermal implant is a body modification placed under the skin, allowing the body to heal over the implant and creating a raised design. Such implants fall under the broad category of body modification. Many subdermal implants are made out of silicone, either carved or mold injected.
Yeah, so those subdermal implants is carved inside your skin, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that goes into the carotid.
Right, carved.
You know, it's carved in your skin.
Right.
You know?
I mean, it clearly say it.
Right. Yeah. It's carved in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you go back to
Revelation.
go to Karoks.
Oh yeah. Now the root word for charagma, it goes back to karox. It's from the same as karox, which means a pail or steak.
Wait, what did you just go into?
Karox.
The root.
The root for charagma. A pail or steak, a palisade or rampart, pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together.
Yeah, so this pail or stake or palisade is basically the instrument that they're gonna use to stick inside of you, all right, to unleash that C hip inside of you, man, which represents like ownership of you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And you go to the root word of that. So that's the instrument that's gonna push the C hip inside of you. So you got the charagma, which is the chip, and you got the karox, is the tool, the needle, the needle.
Man, from karaso, which means to write, with reference to the form of the letters.
Yep. So you're gonna have all your information in there, man.
Yep.
Grapho, you know. You continue reading.
To delineate or form letters on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other material, to write with reference to the contents of the writing, to express in written characters, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten.
Yep. A record.
Mm-hmm. A write down record.
A record. So it's gonna be stored in that ID's your ID number, man.
Yep.
You know. So we gonna play that video. Play a little bit of the video.
Mm-hmm.
I can say this real quick because, like I tell you, my real, medical system, and damn near every call she takes, she asks the patient or whoever's calling, do you want the patient's MRN, which is the medical record number. So all these things are already, documented. They just got to all put it on that microchip. You know what I'm saying? To bring it all together. You know?
I mean, there's a car called Palisade.
Oh yeah, the truck.
Yeah, Hyundai.
SUV.
It's SUV.
What you got, Moan?
The book of Acts. I got Acts 17 and verse 29. The book of Romans 8 and 14 tells that as much as led by the sons of God, we are the sons of God. This is to go with what's being spoken of right now. Acts 17 verse 29. It says, "For as much then as we are the offspring of the Most High, we are not to think that the Godhead is like unto gold or silver or stone, graven by art and man's device." So if you're led by the Spirit of the Most High, you're going to know that chip is not for you, man. You know?
And
that's man's device.
Right. And you're going to know what it is.
Right. You're going to know what it is.
You're not going to say it's an embargo. You know what I'm saying? You're going to know exactly what it is because the brother's breaking it down and it's plain. Absolutely plain. Like, how could you think that's something else? Right. Unless you sold out.
You know? I think graven is charagma. Go to that word graven.
Let me go to Celeste. Yep,
Yeah,
graven.
yeah.
Yep. Right. You know these people worship their money, and they gon' and the church pastor gonna say God wants you to take it, you know, because He wants you and your family to eat and all of these different things. So if they worship money now, they already worship money in the Baptist church, and you know, in America anyway. You know, so when they push this out, it's pushing out an idol to you, like it mentions in Second Ezra chapter 16. You know, they things offered unto idols they shall be fed, man. Which is talking about this chip. But want the video?
Yeah, barbecue shot.
Let's go.
So
I was an engineer.
Before you play that, this is Carl Sanders. He's the inventor of the microchip. Yeah, and we're gonna bring out some information on the show. You can play it, but he was like one of the leaders of the inventors of the microchip. You got it,
For 32 years. And that's not important. But what is important is what I have to share with you. Many people have asked me, isn't there some way around this device, this microchip? Could a glove be made with a microchip in it so I can still get food? We have the greatest answer, and that is Jesus Christ.
Which is
Much of our research that I have done
he said Jesus Christ was Yahweh.
came to us that we were to find out were from the government. They were from the CIA and the FBI. And they asked us to develop a little microchip for identification. This was to be used not in human beings, not in animals, but to be put in drug shipments to catch drug dealers. And it was completed in the early 70s. They came back to us and they said, we want something better than that. And so we said, if you have enough money, we can develop anything. I was not alone there. There were 100 people involved in the project. Some were from General Electric, some from Motorola, some were from the Bell Laboratory, some were from the Boston Medical Center, and some were from Stanford University. My responsibility was project leader or the senior project engineer. We began to work on the design of a microchip that, when it was completed, was 0.75 millimeters diameter, 7 millimeters long. It was the size of 1/4 of a grain of rice. Again, I want to say that I was not a Christian and there were no Christians there. They said they wanted this to have a power source and be able to emit a signal. And they told us they wanted us to use lithium as a battery source. Lithium's used in watch batteries, it's used in heart pacemaker batteries, it's used in a lot of places. I designed into this microchip a little charging circuit that would charge that battery. This sounds like a lot of technical things coming together, but if you'll bear with me 1 minute, you'll see what God has laid out about this microchip. When we discovered that we needed to be able to charge that battery, I needed a temperature change, a change in temperature, to cause current to flow through that little charging circuit that would charge the battery. So we began to investigate and find out where in the body does the temperature change the most rapidly. We spent over $1 million in taxpayer money, and when the results came back, there was a lot of information. We divided it up amongst 3 teams, and then came back together with that information. It was determined that there were 2 places in the body that were ideal for the microchip. One was just below the hairline on the forehead. Every mother checks their child's temperature right here. So we could have paid the mothers $1 million and saved them. I never saw a mother check their child's temperature on their ankle. Always right here. The other place was the hand, the right hand preferred, because most people are right-handed. This didn't bother me, and it didn't bother anybody else on the team. The hand seemed a good place. Nobody wanted it here. And so the design work, everything was completed. The microchip was done. You are seeing it now on some of the Discovery Channel presentations. There are people who have received it already. It is real. It's not something that's coming way down the road. They gave me a Bible. They told me not to read the book of Revelation. They said the book of Revelation is too hard to understand. And he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. I didn't like what I saw. I went back and looked up the word mark. I went to the Strong's Concordance. And I found that John had used 3 words for the word mark. Charagma, caricature, and charas. That was from the Greek. I looked at those words. They talked about a scratch or an etching. They talked about a lot of things. And I said, God, this isn't it. We didn't do it. He said, go to the word for 666. The word is chixastigma. In the Greek, it says to go to 4742 as a cross. The last half of the word chixastigma. And when I looked at what it says stizo, i.e. to stick, to prick, a mark incised, or punched into, for recognition of ownership. I thought about the little injection tool. The end of it is called an incisor.
He's gonna switch to Aaron Russo, but when he's done, just pause. All right.
Into weep and I began to cry, and I said, "Oh God, what have we done?"
All right, cool. So that was Carl Sanders. Mm-hmm. He was with the team that invented the microchip, and we're gonna look up some information about him.
I believe so, because he said 70s, and DARPA was the one that was the main facilitator for this chip in the 70s.
Right.
watch the movie Stranger Things, they break a little bit of that out in that show. But yeah, it was DARPA. They started the whole chipping in the 70s, testing it and everything.
And he said the government came to them and paid them to create this microchip, man. So if you go down Ram to like it's gonna say where it says from the microchip.
Right here. Now it reads, there is a microchip now in the hands of the government that has the potential of becoming the mark of the beast, where you cannot buy or sell without it. Carl Sanders was a top electronics engineer and inventor for the U.S. government who worked with the FBI, CIA, IRS, and other government agencies designing spy technologies and surveillance equipment. He holds several patents and has been presented with the President's and Governor's Award for Merit in Design Excellence. So this ain't some random, person, Carl Sanders sat in 17 New World Order meetings with heads of state officials such as Henry Kissinger and Bob Gates of the CIA to discuss plans on how to bring about this one world system. The government commissioned Carl Sanders to design a microchip for identifying and controlling the peoples of the world, a microchip that could be inserted under the skin with a hypothermic needle, a quick, convenient method that will be gradually accepted by society.
So the Lord had the Spirit on him to create that, and then go into those meetings and stuff because he was going to bring forth these prophecies, man.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. This is a prime example. The Lord's making it plain upon tables, so everyone can see. All right, that this microchip is the mark of the beast.
Mm.
There's no getting around it either. They will enforce it on the whole planet.
And all the dots are being connected. Like I was just talking to the bishop. One of the main reasons America went into Afghanistan was for what? Their lithium. And for face value, we looking at it as, okay, that's why everybody got a flat screen TV in their crib and cell phones, because they run off the lithium-ion batteries, right? But more importantly, to mass produce their microchip.
Also, their poppy fields.
Yeah.
Poppy fields also.
Right.
I had a quick precept from my Psalm 64 and 8.
You start at verse 1.
I'll read it. This is the book of Psalm chapter 64, verse 1. To the chief musician, the Psalm of David, hear my voice, O Most High, that power in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Yeah, so this is David saying, which is to us now, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And that was a secret counsel that they did. To what? To bring forth our new world order, man. Control everybody, man. You got it,
Verse 3, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in the secret at the perfect suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in evil matter.
Yeah, so they encourage themselves in an evil matter. That's the evil matter, man. They trying to get everybody to have a chip inside of them so they can control them, man. All right?
They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of lying snares privily, that they say, who shall see them?
And the Lord, He exposed them. The scripture said their tongue will fall upon themselves, but the Lord said He revealed His secrets unto His servants, the prophets. And so we see what they're doing.
If I may say it says that they may shoot and see you after perfect. Yeah? Israel starting with the elect.
Can you go into that word perfect real quick? Real quick.
It's thumb. Perfect, complete, perfect. One who lacks nothing in physical strength, beauty, etc. Really sound, wholesome. An ordinary, quiet sort of person.
Complete morally. So,
Complete, morally innocent. Mm-hmm.
The reason I want to go into that, because, average person, they hear perfect, they think of Yahushua. He was the only one that was perfect, but it doesn't mean in that sense meaning spotless or without sin.
It's these last two right here. It says complete, morally innocent, having integrity, one who was morally and ethically pure.
Right. And when you go into Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. When you go into that word plain, it means one having integrity. Plain and simple. So that's what it means when it says the perfect. Those who have integrity, that are morally sound.
All right, you was at 6.
Oh yeah. They search out iniquities that they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
Yeah, so they search out iniquities. They come to diligent search. They were doing this for years, trying to get this technology, which was going back. What's that dude? The newer order dude?
Schwab.
No.
Pike.
Yeah, Andrew Pike.
Albert Pike.
Yeah, that whole thing to bring about in these times right now, man.
Right. Carl Sanders just said in front of that congregation that just to find a spot in the body where they could find a charge of temperature to heat the charge of battery, they spend $1 million in tax dollars just to do that.
Wow.
So it was trial and error just to bring forth that. Just how fucking Oppenheimer, they spent years to create that bomb, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the mind of Esau, man.
Verse 7. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
So the Lord's going to ultimately disappoint their enterprise. But you want to break that down more?
Yeah, so that's prophecy within itself right there. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. That's in the scripture years and thousands of years ago, and they're doing it now. The tongue is falling upon themselves, they're being made bare, all of these stuff. The Lord spoke of these things through his prophets, and see it happening right before us.
Because we're not in their meetings.
Right.
They're in their own meetings.
Hey, and that's beautiful because the read for this week in Lamentations, I think it's chapter 4, we ain't got to get it, but where it speaks about thou shalt make thyself naked. Meaning you made yourself naked. Like we didn't. Don't know nothing. This ain't our internet.
You expose yourself.
Right. You lift your own skirt up.
Yeah. That's what happened when you're drunk. Start taking off all your clothes.
Drunk and prideful.
Right.
So, Ray, you can continue that video.
So the ultimate goal that these people have in mind is the goal to create a one-world government run by the banking industry, run by the bankers. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is giving me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, you just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy foods. You can't do anything. It's total control of the people.
And that chip's connected to a database that has your purchasing records, what you do,
Everything is in there, And so they want a one-world government controlled by them, everybody being chipped, all your money in those chips, and they control the chips, and they control people, and you become a slave. You become a servant to these people.
Constitution, in the Constitution, nowhere does it.
So basically, he was talking to Alex Jones about Nick Rockefeller, how Nick Rockefeller exposed their New World Order. What they ultimately their goal is to chip everybody and have control of everybody, man.
So like, what's his name again?
Aaron Russo.
He just for brothers who not privy, he was a movie director, and he one of his most notable movies is Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. Basically, Jake was poor and Esau was rich, and they traded places.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a notable director. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just no Joe Schmo. He was up there, and through the spirit, he probably was a Jake, Aaron Russo. You know what I'm saying? It's Italian. And not too long after this, he got took out.
You got a precept?
He was saying, you were mentioning how they do their diligent search. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. That's why they was, going so hard doing the diligent search, but they lose sleep. It's part of Esau's nature is to make people fall, to do wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's diligent about serving his Lord.
The accuser of thy brethren.
Sleeping like them that I'm doing enough wickedness.
What's that? Habakkuk or Michael?
Yeah,
Like the morning is Michael 2.
You bring that out right now, actually.
Micah 2:1, it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand."
They woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because the Lord gave them the power to do that. That's why Esau, the Lord said the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. All right, he got a certain time to rule, and his time of ruling is full of wickedness, man. The Lord gave him that power to bring forth this, all right, to ultimately deceive those who won't take it, man.
Habakkuk 2:4, it says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith."
Yeah, so his soul which is lifted up is not right in it. Esau Edom, man. He's trying to get a newer order during the time of Antiochus, man. And that didn't work. And he still think he's gonna do it in these times, man. He's not upright. All right, he doesn't follow the ways of the Lord, man. It says, "But the just shall live by his faith," talking about the elect. But when we are elect, we're gonna continue serving the Lord, man.
Showing you that's what makes you upright. To walk in faith with
Yeah.
Habakkuk 2:5, it says, "Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is deft, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people."
Yeah, his philosophy, transgressed by his wine, meaning his philosophy. He's a problem man. He needs to keep it at home because he's going to cause everybody to get this seat here, man. Not just here us in America, the whole world, man. Esau going to be the head of that, man. Like Apostle Paul said, China, they don't rule nothing. It's Esau going to do that shit, man. That's why he go into all these nations, all them fucking central bank meetings and shit, to get them a part of that system, man.
Right.
He heaped to himself all people.
Right. And
that's what's going to culminate that microchip.
He want people to come to him for the need of all things, and that's how he took over so many countries all over the earth, different banana republics and whatever. All these different countries, take their resources and have them come to him for the need of them all, and that's what he's going to do with that chip. We didn't finish reading Revelation 13 because I believe it's a good, and at least the next verse, Revelation 13 and 16 again, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name."
The water, because that was Aaron Russo said. He said, no man gonna buy and sell unless they have that chip, man. But if you go against them, they don't have the power to shut it off, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Bible speaking.
Yep.
You know?
And you mentioned the central banks. That's where the real control and powers of the money supply, and it is Esau that runs it because just recently in May they had a meeting of central bankers, including China was part of that meeting in London. Right, London's the financial capital for the New World Order, and they were talking about blockchain and CBDCs. Okay, so yeah, it makes total sense that it is ran by Esau Edom. Because why would they meet in London? They could have met in Moscow. They could have met in China.
Right.
Even the Chinese, communist government had to go to London, all right, to discuss about the financial system.
Because Moscow and China is not part of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be subject unto this chip, but London is part of the beast system, and the beast system is basically the so-called white man's rulership. America and the NATO and the EU, which London, which is a part of the UK, is major in that.
Right. Hey, Job 9:24.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get it twisted. China puffing their chest like they're gonna be a super, but Esau still owns everybody.
Right. That's why they allowed Henry Kissinger to go meet with them literally a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
All right. To make sure to keep certain deals between America and China when it comes to trade. So yeah.
London, one of those three cities.
The City Frogs, yeah. The financial for the New World Order, the financial house, yeah. It's London is the financial realm. The Vatican is the spiritual realm, and DC is the military. That's why the American base is all throughout the world to enforce the New World Order policy. The hammer of the whole earth. Yep.
In verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636.
Going to that universal product code.
Mm-hmm.
Go to that John 666.
Mm-hmm.
And that article says something about it too.
Yeah.
Said about digital number. That article that you brought out.
ID number.
Yeah, ID number.
Yeah,
What's the chi stigma?
Mm-hmm.
You go down, I don't think it's gonna say it on there, but you just go to the etymology.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually look up the word mark in Galatians.
Okay, fine.
And you'll find the word stigma. Where Paul says, "I bear in my body the marks of the
Oh yeah, God.
There's the X.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the X.
That X.
But the
Elon Musk and the X. That's what they're pushing.
That word chi, even the Chinese, they talk about chi, or they call it chi like life force, like life force energy, because that's basically what the chip is running on. Like it's running off your body energy.
Right.
What they said, the change in temperature between your body, that's what's powering the chip.
Mm-hmm.
That's another clue in the chi science thing.
Right. And brother just mentioned Elon Musk. Elon Musk changing Twitter. It's been Twitter for over 20 years now. And now you're just gonna name it X out of nowhere. And then when you do it, you say that this app is gonna turn into the biggest financial
He wants to make it into a
sector.
just a banking app that you can also tweet your bullshit on.
Right.
Right. That's it.
But guess what? It's perfect. Because if you tweet some bullshit, you're going to cut that money off.
Right.
He's been developing the neural net.
Yep.
Oh, this nigga here, man.
Esau is a master of disaster. Man. This nigga's a mad scientist.
It's stigma right here. It says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body.
If you could go up real quick. It says to stick or to prick.
A mark pricked in or branded upon the body.
So pricked in or branded upon the body. So it's going to be in you. And it's also going to leave an outward mark. It's going to leave a scar.
Yep. It's an ancient Oriental. Oriental deals with the East. It's an ancient Oriental usage. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with a token of their gods.
What was it? Roman soldiers, they had tattoos on their arms. Okay, to show that they belonged to the Roman army. It had to be cut. It's forever. It stays forever.
Right.
And what happens when you brand it? That shit breaks your skin.
Yeah.
Heat breaks your skin and leaves a keloid there.
Right.
Which means it went in your skin.
Yes.
You know, because niggas will say, "Oh, you see, it's on the outside." No. For you to have that imprint, it broke your skin.
Right. Even tattoos pierce the skin.
Right.
Brand too. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and ain't gonna be no question of bullshits anyone could say, because they're gonna put the thing inside of you. They're gonna put it under your skin,
Right.
under it, man, with something that you used to. Because when you was in high school, they'll have the blood bank outside sometimes. In order for you to get out of class, you'll go give blood. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Used to go give blood to get pizza, bro.
Right. So basically, that same type of instrument, or even more convenient for people, they're gonna use that. You know, and people just gonna go ahead and get it.
But the yab was,
Right. The yab too.
Yep. Since we brought that out on the Masters, get Exodus 21. That the whole process of slaves being pricked by their owner is nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
Start at verse 5.
Exodus 21:5. And if a servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free.
So this is the law. This is a law concerning the Hebrew servant, man. And the Hebrew servant, his master gave him a wife. So the wife, the children, are the masters. Okay, he said he plainly loved his master. He's not gonna go out free. This is what he got to do. Right.
Verse 6, it says, Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost. And his master shall bore his ear through with an awl. And he shall serve him forever.
Basically, they'll put his ear to the door, and then we'll put like a stick and bore him in, and that will prove that that slave is the man's master. You know? Yeah, so that would be the sign that he's a slave to that master forever, man. Just how when they take to see him, you're gonna be a slave to Esau, man.
Right.
You're gonna be destroyed.
And notice, hey, what was the main reason why? His wife, his children, all right, and that's how Esau's gonna come, all right. Your wife, your children. You want it.
the benefits.
You want the benefits. You want to keep your wife with you, keep your children with you. You got to take this mark of the beast.
Right.
That's how Esau's coming.
Yep. And that's all the efforts of him fully exercising that how you call it, that God trait, you know, or wanting to be God. That's like his full manifestation of it.
Yep.
But you're not God. Right? So those that do get it, they're gonna get hit with nuclear fire.
Yeah.
So that way the ownership goes back to Yahweh.
Right, but they're gonna
anyway.
Yeah. What I wanted to mention too, but the scriptures say they shall be tormented forever.
Right.
For a long time.
Right.
You know? So if you want to say that the so-called white man will rule over you forever, even though all of these prophecies and the prophets are calling out these things that's going on the planet Earth, by you taking that chip, you're saying that, hey, you know what? You down with America forever. All right, you're going to burn forever, which is a period of time in the lake of fire, which is going to be America as it's burning up from sea to shining sea by way of nuclear missile fire.
Somebody add the etymology from where stigma comes. Stigma.
Mm-hmm.
Says 1590s, earlier stigma. Mark made on skin by burning with a hot iron. From Latin stigma, Greek stigma, mark of a pointed instrument. Puncture. Tattoo mark.
Hey, and was not the Bible written in Greek language? It translated to the Greek language, and that says the Greek definition. So there you go. So there's no getting around it with IUIC madness, whatever they're talking about. You know?
Brand to mark, tattoo, to stick, pointed. Alright, and it goes on. It says the figurative meaning, mark of disgrace or infamy, which attaches to a person on account of evil conduct.
Wow.
Bad stigma.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what that corogma, that's what that chip is, that mark is. The Lord, because that's the Lord's mark. That's the mark for the rejected. The Lord's gonna cause the 2/3 of our people. That's why it's 2/3, 66.6%. He gonna force them to take that number because they're spiritually already under that vibration.
Exactly. They already worship.
Right. They're the 666 vibration.
Yep.
2/3.
Pastor Tahab said I go to the hospital and put that shit in a lot of you niggas, man. Oh shit.
You got it, real.
Video.
Yeah. The next one is Biden.
You become a servant to these people.
In the Constitution, nowhere does it mention sex discrimination, child labor, segregation. It doesn't mention it. Our constitutional journey did not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that. Mark my words before your tenure is over. Can brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior? You will rule on that. And Judge, I need to know whether you will be a justice who believes that the constitutional journey must continue to speak to these consequential decisions, or that we've gone far enough in protecting against government intrusion into our autonomy, into the most personal decisions we make. Judge, that's...
President Biden signed an executive order today.
Yeah, so he was talking to John Roberts, the Chief Justice. You know, and he was telling him, you're going to have to rule that you're going to make this in law or not, man. And there's laws. I mean, Esau, he about to put laws to implement that, man. We living in these times right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he was there since 2005.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. This was his confirmation hearing.
Okay.
That's why whenever a new judge goes to the Supreme Court, they have to first meet the senators. They have to approve, which it's just a formality. They've already been chosen, but they have to come and show the public. All right, we're doing these strict questions to see if he's competent to be able to be in this position. And then once the Senate gives the green light, then he starts his duty as a Supreme Court judge. And now he's the Supreme Court judge.
Right.
He's the top one. He's the head. You know?
Biden's the president.
And Biden's the president. Whatever that is.
Yeah,
That looks like Biden. I don't know who the fuck the other this guy is.
He said the real Biden.
That's the real Biden. I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
His spirit is different.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, real. Go to now.
This is a Biden I would have
Hey,
taken.
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
That's a bottom look.
Biden. Yeah.
Whiter.
Anyway.
Yeah, just continue playing it. Like two more. Just let it roll for like 2 more clips, and then we're gonna go into.
Judge, that's...
President Biden signed an executive order today directing the federal government to come up with a plan to regulate cryptocurrencies. The move follows what the Biden administration is calling the, quote, explosive growth of digital assets in recent years. Under the order, the government will coordinate efforts with financial regulators to get a better understanding of the risks and benefits of cryptocurrencies. The directive also calls for the exploration and consideration of creating a digital form of the U.S. dollar.
Congress has just passed a monumental bill in which they've approved that's going to set framework for cryptocurrencies. In the bill, it outlines that there needs to be some level of regulatory clarity on whether crypto is a security or a commodity. This bill still has some further steps to go before it's put into action, but it's a massive step forward by the U.S. government and specifically Congress to start to establish some level of framework, clarity, and understanding on what crypto is classified as. Only time will tell what happens next when
There is actually a Ripple XRP like
Basically,
that goes in your hand.
Basically, he making the laws that cryptocurrency that you're gonna be able to use cryptocurrency. Eventually, they're gonna put that shit on the on the C-hub, man. You know, so basically they're gonna have the CBDC, central bank currency, however they do it. We're gonna have to be paying like that, but eventually they're gonna make that shit with the C-hub. You know,
And Bitcoin cryptocurrency was not made by some mushroom taking,
No, it wasn't.
you know, college dropouts. You know, no, man, it was made by the government.
Yep.
Man.
Yep.
You know, and they pushing it out as if it's some, you know, some cool little thing that somebody made. No, it was all made by the government. It's all overseen by the elites, man.
And how they played it.
Yeah.
They played it like it was something, you know, like you said, like some college
Right.
room taking motherfuckers came up with it. We gotta, you know, this could be a security. This is some bullshit. Went to court about it, and then they won the case.
Right.
Yeah. Because again, what did the past video say? They got to see if it's security or not.
Right.
And XRP winning the case, it's not a security because that was, of course, they already have it. Even in the, you know what? I'll send brothers a link. The Treasury Department already says XRP, Bitcoin, a couple other cryptocurrencies are considered digital currency already off the jump. Even before this whole case and all that. So it was all the show.
All the show.
Right? It was all the show just to bring it in. To give clarity to the public and see, and to drive the public to go into this new technology.
Right.
Oh, it's legal. See, the government was, because basically Esau's playing the bad guy.
Right. Both sides.
Both sides. They're playing both sides. You know, so that's what it was. But yeah, but again with this XRP, this guy's gonna. That's beautiful you found this video because I did a lesson on this months ago. Yeah, with that same video. But you got it. You got it. You got it.
But
microchip that goes in your hand, and you can make payments with it. So after that first video I posted of that lady explaining how she saw this going down, somebody on Twitter sent me this, which is the official announcement, and the company is called BuyChip, and they actually implemented Ripple into their little RFID microchip. It goes in your hand right there, as you can see, it goes right there, and it's an implantable passive RFID transponder chip. It has a smart thermometer for health monitoring, and you can make contactless payments. You can open house and car doors. They own this patent right there. Now, I checked their Twitter to see if they're...
Salakia. Didn't the guy just say, where's the best spot to check the temperature? You know, and your hand on your forehead, man. And then every time they be say, oh, check your body temperature. Yeah, because that goes to the root of them making this thing, man. You know?
During the lockdowns, when they was taking everybody's temperature to go in the store with the laser beam, when they was pointing that shit in people's forehead.
Right.
And I ain't let them put that shit in my forehead. I told them to put that shit in my head.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they said. They say either the forehead
or wrist.
Or on your wrist.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you.
You can open house and car doors. They own this patent right there. Now, I checked their Twitter to see if they're active, and look, BuyChip retweeted Amazon's palm scanner. Scan your palm to buy some shit? That was 2021, so they are active.
It's a locket. I saw it in Whole Foods. The Whole Foods that I go to, they palm scan. I saw it for the first time the other day. You know, it wasn't there the other day, and I was there. So they moving more and more closer to it. Yup.
I seen it yesterday too.
Yeah, which means they already had these things manufactured.
Right.
They already got them built. It's not. It ain't something that they gonna have to take their time to build it and figure it out. No, they already got the system set up. They got the technology. They got the software, the hardware. They got all that shit prepared. Okay, they got the laws in place. All right. The only thing they need to do is just get rid of this system and roll out the next one. Okay, that's all they gotta do.
Control demolition.
That shit for the chip. That fuck up damn palm read. That shit for the chip.
Right. And then another thing too, it's not like they look. You gotta understand, Esau does not care about human life.
No.
He'll let the billion of you useless eaters rot and die. Okay, and just kill each other off. Okay, and whatever this world turns into after it collapses dollar bills, he'll let the billion of you just fucking die. And then the rest of you who are shell shocked from the situation and you don't have faith in Yahweh Shemashah, you're gonna go run to go take the shit. Okay, and if you don't want to take it and you want to put up some type of resistance, they will force you out your crib. Okay, and the majority of people are gonna take it. All right, the only people who are gonna walk out of this with 10 toes down for the fear of the Lord and for Yahweh Shemel Shai is the elect.
That's right.
Okay.
To back
Because of their
up,
faith.
Cap, I'm gonna say really quick to back up what Cap saying. They Georgia Guidestones tell you that maintaining humanity under 500 million. So it's not like they ain't telling you. They already telling you this.
Yeah, so it's not like they, people be wondering, well, how they gonna do this to everybody? Look, they don't give a fuck about everybody, man.
You don't give a fuck about everybody.
They feed poison to everybody.
They will let people die, okay, and just make provision for the few that will be left alive. That's their plan.
Right, and a good example is this Jabberoni. They don't give a fuck you got heart problems. A lot of y'all got heart problems. You think they gave a fuck? All right?
They put poison in cereal and market it to your children.
Right.
They put poison in your food and market it to you. You know?
I mean, the government has been literally been proven to Tuskegee experiment, all right, radiation in St. Louis, okay, children that have been in foster care, experimenting on them, okay. So the government's been, all right, tormenting you people, all right. The CIA, okay, using prostitutes to drug people, all right, with LSD, all right, and then the dude jumps out the window and they just cover it up, just killed himself. You know, this Esau Edom. So what the bishop's saying is true, all right. And the thing is, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, Esau been hates ass. You forgot about slavery. You forgot about Jim Crow laws. You forgot about the prison industrial complex. And we go on and on and on how he don't like your ass.
Thousands of years.
You got the dark web.
You know?
You got the dark web.
The dark web, yeah. You know,
Crazy things.
a lot of missing children, mainly so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans.
Right, but they just put the white girls, as the forefront of that shit. But it's really you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, because your neighborhoods, aren't policed like that. To where people actually care when y'all go missing.
And you're under the curse.
Yeah, you're under the curse.
Isaiah 10:1, it says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed."
Yeah, so this Esau Edom, his whole plan is unrighteous decrees, man. He says the right grievances which he has prescribed. You got it, brother.
To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless.
Yeah, so that this is Esau Edom, man. All right, he's to take away the right from the poor of my people. Esau is the devil, and we know the Lord gave us the insight, but we don't actually see it. But the Lord, He gonna protect us, man.
Right. And that's what he did. He did that with the Federal Reserve.
Yep.
He took away the right of people to have a currency backed by gold and silver, and it's really just your money. You could print and cause inflation or deflation as long as you want. And now you're gonna come out with something saying, you know what? You can't buy or sell unless you put this under your hand or your forehead. Now that's wicked.
Yeah, it's like it. Now our people, they gonna take it because you're gonna buy or sell. They've been depending on Esau for so long. They gonna willingly do it, man. But the Lord, Isaiah 10 said, we're not gonna lean upon him, bro.
Right.
The Lord gotta take care of us.
And the man shall not live off of bread alone. That's what you need to buy and sell.
Right.
And trade goods so you can eat. The Lord told us don't worry about those things. Right. That's what the heathen, you know what I'm saying? Worry about. Not us Israelites, we got a power.
Right. That's why that time is only considered an hour.
Right.
It's literally only an hour in which this going to be enforced. Because the Lord's going to come quickly and defend His people when this happens.
Right.
You know?
We don't mean 60 minutes.
Right. Not literally 60 minutes, but it's not going to be long and drawn out year after year.
Maybe days, months, months.
Right.
It basically is going to be a very quick period of time. Scripture tell you that he coming down having great wrath because he knows that he has but short time. All right. Scripture also say in Job, the 28th chapter, that the triumphing of the wicked is short.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. So this is Jacob's trouble and the hour of temptation and the mark of the beast. It's not going to be a long, drawn out situation. All right, Esau is going to present it as a solution to the world, okay, and he's gonna use it to try to really solidify his new world order after his beast image, but it's going to spiral into absolute chaos and all-out war, which is going to go nuclear very fast.
Right.
Okay.
Gradualism.
All right. Well, gradualism is going to go right out.
It's already been gradualism. It's already been long and drawn out.
It's
By the time,
crap, bro.
by the time this happens,
Yeah.
it's over with. That's why when you read Revelation, the 13th chapter, the next chapter talks about the destruction of Babylon.
Yeah.
Right. We've
And
seen
those-
the gradualism
yeah.
already.
And it say he's gonna shorten the day.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's no flesh to be saved.
Yeah, bro. So it's gonna go by fast, man. And that's gonna be another reason why the scriptures say those that consider to them shall be had in derision and a problem of reproach, man. Because if you consent, because it's like, all right, so you consented, and his kingdom is gonna go up in flames
Anyway.
in any moment. So what did you really gain?
Yep.
All right, how I said, what profited the man that he gained the whole world and lose his own soul, man?
Bro, you just showed an article, okay? Like North Korea said, nuclear war is inevitable.
Right.
Like, come on. Like it's like, bam, ship in, bam, here come the nukes.
Right.
All right, and here comes the Howard Shai to gather us up before destruction.
That's right.
And that's what we banking on.
And Job, where it speaks about right before he feels his belly.
Hell yeah.
But that's the
That's
fulfillment of him feeling his belly.
That's it.
Yes,
That's what
I'm
we
on
want.
them now.
Yeah.
Boom,
The
shakalaka.
whole, yeah. That's why we're supposed to be looking forward to this chip being made mandatory.
Yeah.
We're supposed, because we know once they make it mandatory, that is it.
That's it.
It is going to move fast. It ain't going to be no long, drawn out, like the bishop's saying, it's not, man.
When he's about to fill his belly.
Yeah.
You get that.
All right.
That's
So-
when you come down with
Great wrath. Yeah, because he has to kill a lot of people.
So
As long as the internet is up and this information is out, Esau's got to deal with more, okay, people waking up to this shit, right? So, this being disobedient. And that's why he has to come down hard. All right?
we'll get this one jump down.
Shut the internet down. We got to start cleansing.
something got to happen in nature where he's justified.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Here's Job 20:4. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?"
Mama Kushak, we go to the word short.
Kwarawab, which means near of a place of time. It goes to a personal relationship, kinship, but it's short. It's
9. There you go.
It's 9. The day of the Lord is 9.
Time come quickly.
Right.
The time is at hand. The time is short.
Right. So how Esau won't have a long, drawn out New World Order? If the Lord say He coming quickly,
Right.
especially when these things begin to come to pass.
Right. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it.
That's right.
And I like to say there's a reason why his name is Esau. Wasted away is he, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. His name is a nomen omen.
Yep.
All right. That his span of rulership is gonna waste away quickly.
Yep.
All right. Same way his pigmentation was wasted away when he came out of his mother's womb. And shortly after, Jacob, came out with his hands on his heels.
Right. All the time that he put into making this chip, and the time that he put into the New World Order is all gonna be wasted away. It ain't gonna be worth it. Job 20.
So I was gonna say, it's on rulership. He's had the longest rulership.
Yeah.
So he had the longest rulership, but it's gonna
Right.
away.
It's gonna be as if he never was.
Really, this is his New World Order. He's just trying to upgrade it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really what he's doing.
trying to extend
He's
the
trying to
time
extend
that the
his.
Lord-
He can't be satisfied.
He can't be satisfied. Like
He
he
won't
was
chill.
dominion. You were given dominion. You were given your so-called New World Order, right?
Right.
Everybody's bowing down to you. They don't bomb them, all right? Or you send the CIA jackals kill people. So this is just the upgraded attempt extending of his New World Order, which is gonna fail.
Right. But the Lord's stunting it.
Stunting it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's why he wants to go digital.
Yeah.
He think he got smart the most time. If I go digital, then what you gonna do?
Right.
All right, you'll see.
Hey, Job 20:19. Because he has oppressed and has forsaken the poor, because he has violently taken away a house which he builded not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. New World Order. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. in the fullness of his sufficiency. And right now he's in the fullness of his sufficiency. He shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Laborers.
The laborers, right.
And you see that protesting after protesting. And every day they keep this internet up. More and more people are waking up to this agenda, man. That's why he's got to come down with great wrath. He's got to, slaughter millions of people, man. And the Lord's going to allow him. Kill these wicked millions of people. Because the elect are not going to be touched.
Right.
You know?
Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
That's right.
So his belly won't be filled.
Right.
He ain't going to be satisfied. And shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So while the mark of the beast is pushed during that hour of temptation, any minute you can count on the Lord coming. And that's the faith that the elect are going to have. Say, fuck it. If you're going to chop my head off, chop it. Your house shall be in a couple minutes anyways.
Right.
Kick me out of my house. Okay, this is the time.
Right.
See, that's the faith that's being built up right now.
Right.
The patience and faith of the saints.
That's right.
It says, "Well, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword." Here's the patience and faith of the saints, man. So whatever you're gonna do is really just Esau throwing a tantrum at this point. You know, when he starts trying to kill the saints and stuff and all this, you just throwing a tantrum, bro. You're a sore loser. You know your time is up. You're just trying to go out kicking and screaming, whatever, bro. You're going into slavery.
That's why it can't be drawn out.
Yeah,
right.
Because he got a system in place now. You gonna deny your Lord and take this chip? No, I'll put your head. So he got a system in place, and that's why the Lord gonna come and disrupt it. Because he got to. You know what I'm saying? Because he is the sword of the Most High. He's the harbinger of death. He does it at the highest level known to man. You know, like he said, it's nothing to him to kill 1 billion people without in the blink of an eye.
In verse 24, it says, "He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel, the nukes shall strike him through." And all of these precepts, they connect. Like this, Revelation 14, when it talks about the mark of the beast and then the fire, the lake of fire. Yes, it's talking about the nuclear missile. So all of this is giving us the Lord's blueprint. So that's the importance of this truth and this faith that we have. We know the Lord's full blueprint. And whatever Esau got going on is just part of the script. You know, he's just a bad guy. You know?
Right. That's a lot of it just in his imagination. Just coming up with shit thinking you're going to perform some shit that you're not going to be able to perform.
Right.
Like the scriptures, when you read Revelation, it doesn't talk about you getting a new world order. It talks about Babylon going up in flames. And then the elites, the kings of the earth, stand up and fall off, for fear for torment, screaming and wailing. Okay, that's what the Bible talks about. It talks about y'all being in bunkers, screaming and wailing, who shall stand before the land. The mountains fall on us. Talk about y'all going into slavery. Nigga, like that's not. I'm talking about the new world order and some all. You're gonna be connected to the cloud and you're gonna be
In time.
Nigga, shut up, bro.
Like the movie In Time. Hell no.
Yeah, like you don't talk about that, bro. You delusional, nigga.
Hey, all right.
Say, why? Y'all have precepts?
I had a quick one. You got something? Yeah, go ahead.
Devising some shit.
Job 5 and 12.
You got it.
Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right? Because what this devil Esau wants to do is he has a plan to try to chip everybody, but we know the elect are not going to take it. Right? Because he's trying to go for that fourth peak. He wants to get the fourth rulership where Yahweh is coming back. Right.
So what? I got two quick ones real quick. I got Psalm 49:11.
You got it, Ruai.
Their inward thought is that their house shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call the lands after their own name. So Esau's mindset, he thinks he's going to be in rulership forever. He thinks he's going to continue to be ruling. He thinks he's going to get this NW role. He thinks he's going to be able to chip the people, and that's his end all be all. But if you grab Sirach 10:8.
That's right.
Talking about the basis of sin.
Sirach chapter 10, verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's what we're witnessing right now, you know, a power transition. We're seeing Esau's society collapse, and we're seeing Yahshua being built up.
That's right.
Hey, see, I can read that quick precept.
You got it.
Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Yahshua and such as are escaped in the house of Yahweh shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
Right. Right. It's gonna be time to be completely off the grid, and it's coming soon because Esau making it harder just to do ordinary shit that we supposed to do. You know, with all the increases of all these payments, he trust Esau knows what he's doing. He know that Jake, our people, ordinary Jake, can't keep up with all these different things. And he's only going to make it worse and worse to the point where, shoot, the Lord's going to come through. And he is coming through already. It's truth.
Right. Look, bro, the Lord is going to come through with mighty miracles, bro.
Big time.
All right, that's how we're going to be able to make it through these times. All right, it's really nothing that we're going to be able to do in and of ourselves to survive. It's really going to be the Spirit of the Lord, angelic forces. That's why the chariots keep making all type of guest appearances. Brothers going to meet their guardian angels. They ain't going to be unawares. Okay? All right, spiritual power, different type of miracles to help get us through these times so that we can be saved.
Bring it out.
That's Psalm 75.
Bring it out. We're going to get back to this video, brothers.
All right, because we got Ash. He got to teach his lesson.
Psalm 75 and 4. God, this is the book of Psalm chapter 75, verse 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift up not that horn. And that's that the horn goes into power. Verse 5. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. And Esau think he's in power right now, but it's the Heavenly Father that put him in power. For promotion come neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He put it down one and set up another.
There we go.
The Lord is the one who put Esau in power, man. Just like he put him up, he's going to put him right back down.
That's right.
Verse 8, for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red, and it is full of mixture. And he pour out the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. So Esau is going to go into slavery, man. That's what that cup is, man. Verse 9, but I will declare forever, and I will sing praises to the Most High, that power of Jacob, man. So all Esau power is going to come to us, and we're going to rule, and we're going to show them how to rule.
Read that last one.
Verse 10, all the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted, man. And that ties back right back with verse 9.
That's right.
Job 20.
So, let's get it.
Hold on. Play that last one again. Because this Esau going to deceive a lot of our people. So, I mean, when we teach on the street, we got to tell our people Esau's what he's doing, to make sure whether the elect is going to get it, but the rest going to be right. When we teach them, we got to Esau's system, what's going on. We got to explain what's the mark of the beast.
You got to watch.
Yeah, you gotta
like
watch.
we had the fucking bozo said, you're not supposed to, you ain't supposed to tie in current events with the Bible.
Right.
What?
Measure the time.
And you can make payments with it. So after that first video I posted of that lady explaining how she saw this going down, somebody on Twitter sent me this, which is the official announcement, and the company is called BuyChip, and they actually implemented Ripple into their little RFID microchip. It goes in your hand right there, as you can see it goes right there, and it's an implantable passive RFID transponder chip. It has a smart thermometer for health monitoring, and you can make contactless payments. You can open house and car doors. They own this patent right there. Now, I checked their Twitter to see if they're active, and look, BuyChip retweeted Amazon's palm scanner. Scan your palm to buy some shit? That was 2021, so they are active.
Tech Watch.
Soon you will be able to pay for groceries at every Whole Foods in the U.S. with just a swipe of your hand.
Amazon says that the Pay by Palm technology will be at all of those stores nationwide by the end of the year. Customers just have to hover their hand over the device to pay. This method is already being used at 200 Whole Foods locations across 20 states, and you can also find it in other places, stores like Panera Bread. Hardware editor at TechCrunch, Brian Keeter, joins us now. Brian, let's just start off. Tell us how this technology works.
Sure. So in terms of the actual enrollment process, the first time you go to one of these Amazon One locations, you wave your hand over it. That will enroll you in the program, and then you associate that with a credit card that you have on file. In terms of the actual underlying technology behind it, it's not actually getting a read of the palm itself, which, I think is what most people expect. It's actually taking a look at the vein patterns underneath your hands, which Amazon is effectively saying is a way to do this kind of biometric identification without actually giving any identifying information away.
That's fascinating. I mean, I think anybody who hears the story immediately goes to questions about safety, privacy, the data that's being collected. Amazon has been criticized in the past for some of the data that they collect, and whether they have properly notified consumers about that. What safeguards is Amazon taking?
Sure. Well, the primary one is all of this is going through Amazon's cloud servers. So this is encrypted information. Amazon is generally done.
Welcome back. When was the last time you wrote an actual check? Or
Basically, getting people biometrics. China's been doing that. Basically, they're gonna do what America's trying to do what China's already doing. Then they basically gonna put that chip.
That shows you how gullible our people is too, because you hate to go down and get booked. Nobody want to be arrested or whatever. You arrested, they got to book you, take a picture, and nobody want to give them their palm print to go into the system. But in the name of convenience, you have them scan their hand. That's stupid, man. How you gonna, like the phone? You have some phones you can open with your face or with your fingerprint. I never did them shit on phones. I can open that with what I decide, some numbers. I'm not even using my printer. I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid, man. I go shop somewhere else. That's right. So
No. I mean, but hey, eventually it's going to be all places to shop.
Right. No. I mean, until then.
Until then, right? Hey, this is from the Atlantic. This article came out in 2014. It just goes to show you, East already has the system in play. He's just now bringing it out. The CIA has a partnership with Amazon. Okay.
Intelligence.
All right. So. See, it all goes back down to the federal government and its institutions.
Well, I mean, the CIA have a hand in creating Bitcoin.
Yeah,
exactly.
The CIA and NSA had a hand in creating Bitcoin, and you also have the Secret Service. They're the ones that track the transaction of Bitcoin globally. Why is the Secret Service doing the tracking? That you're supposed to protect the president. But what the hell are you doing tracking global Bitcoin transactions?
Right.
It's all a part of the plan. And the guy said, it's a Jake who's one of the heads. Jake. He's like, yeah, we love it. It's like an email. We read everyone's email, basically, this transaction.
Weirdos.
Yeah, man. So, yeah.
And
it's the time.
You see the catch with the watch, though?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody stole my watch.
Right.
We got a solution for that.
Oh, you think?
Put it on your hand. Hey, steal your hand.
Hey, 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, we're not ignorant of Esau's devices. This is all set up. All set up to deceive, and the Lord gave us the understanding. So by us having the understanding, we got to warn our people about this.
Right. Video?
Yeah.
It's a lot. That's why the Lord gonna burn people. That's harsh. But all this information is out there. Just on this clip that this brother put together, you had Carl Sanders, who received all type of honors from the government itself. The next guy was Russo, a director who got more money than you, who had more money than you, ain't got no reason to go up there and lie to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fox News, Joe Biden, at the confirmation with the Supreme Court justice. So this information that we bringing out is out there, man. And it's up to you to get your algorithm right with your TikTok and your Instagram. you ain't gotta look at bullshit all the fucking time. Because if you want to look up some things, your algorithm gonna have some shit come up for you. And that's why people finna burn, because this stuff is out there in your face in these last days, but you still want to play fucking stupid in the worst times of all.
If I might say, Bible shot real quick, just like the scripture say, if you're not ignorant of Satan's devices, like with that movie, Sound of Freedom, okay, that's a human trafficking movie. What they gonna do is that, because Esau very cunning. So, okay, well, just like how the animals, when they get lost, we have a chip in them, we can find them back. Same thing with humans. You lost your young daughter, she get kidnapped or whatever, we can find her back. Just put this inside,
Hey, well, this is
right.
No, I was gonna say, and just to further expound on Ramak's point, don't think that people are stupid out here either, because there's a lot of people who know about this information. All right, even when when the whole COVID thing was happening, the vaccine, a lot of people were like, oh, well, that might be the mark of the beast, because they had heard about it before.
Right.
They started to see the signs. Okay, that maybe this is something similar. You know what I'm saying? When they did the Fed Now, a whole bunch of videos came out: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Oh, well, that's leading to the mark of the beast. So people not dumb. All right, a lot of people gonna die because they know what it is, and they gonna take it anyway, man. Right. And so, and then on top of that, when don't think that Esau just gonna have you take the chip and you just go frolic out and go fucking to the club and go shake your ass, man. No, you're gonna be part of this system. You're gonna be a servant. It's gonna be a mark of servitude. So you're basically gonna be a servant and a slave to the New World Order. You're gonna work however the fuck they want you to work. You're gonna get rationed however they want you to get rationed, and you're gonna have to take and be down with certain agendas, and you're gonna have to denounce your faith in the Most High. Right? So may the Lord barbecue your ass right, man.
That's beautiful you said that, Bishop, because World War III is kicking off. And they're going to need slaves, soldiers, people moving shipments. All right. And
manufacturing weapons.
So you need to be scared. You need to know you're part of the team. Are you part of the blue team? Or are you part of the red team, which is Russia? So that's another reason why. Okay, because World War III is going to open up big time. Once they make that chip mandatory, it's going to be bad. You should
all or nothing.
Be happy, because you have to serve the state. Right. There's a war going on. Especially certain skills. You got to come. Okay. Serve us. Sorry. All right. Where's your chip at? No, you need one.
Right.
They want to just harvest your organs to buy some more weapons.
Yeah. Whatever they got to do. You are subjected to the state.
Ready?
You got
something with cash. Swiping and tapping our cards and our apps are not just the easiest way to spend money, they're the safest way, unless, of course, we misplace our phones or our wallets, and then it's a nightmare. It is hard to misplace your hands, however. And soon your hand may be all that you need to buy anything that you can afford and many things that you can't. Because a company called Walletmore is developing a very teeny tiny chip. You see it there in the X-ray? That should freak you out. The chip is like the ones that are found in smart credit cards or debit cards, and the chip gets embedded just under your skin. It makes your whole hand a credit card. Joining me now is Wojtek Perota. He's the CEO and founder of Walletmore. Okay, Wojtek, this is so... how it actually works.
IUIC's going to judge.
Microchips implanted in human bodies could transform the way we tackle many everyday tasks. Some workers in Sweden are already developing, volunteering to have chips injected into their hands. The technology can make some tasks easier and reduce the amount of personal items employees need to carry. John Blackstone looks at the controversial trend and how it could put your privacy at risk.
In a Stockholm business complex, employees gain access not with key cards, but with a wave of a hand.
This is something that you can use just like a key badge.
At a recent tech conference, Hannes Schoenblatt explained how a microchip implanted in his hand makes his life easier. It replaces all the keys and cards that used to clutter his pockets.
I use this many times a day. For example, to unlock my smartphone, to open the door to my office.
Schoenblatt calls himself a biohacker.
We biohackers, we think that the human body is a good start, but there is certainly room for improvement.
The first step in that improvement is getting a microchip about the size of a grain of rice slipped under the skin. Suddenly, the touch of a hand is enough to tell the office printer, this is an authorized user.
It felt pretty scary, but at the same time, it felt very modern.
The microchips are radio frequency identification tags, the same technology widely used in things like key cards. The chips have been implanted in animals for years to help identify lost pets. Now, the technology is moving to humans. A tech startup called Dangerous Things has sold tens of thousands of implant kits for humans, some to tech companies in Europe. Showblot even organizes implant parties where people can bond over getting chipped together.
I love gadgets, and now I kind of feel like I'm a gadget myself.
Even a cardboard can be tweaked or opened with a touch. But each touch leaves a digital footprint, and that can compromise privacy. It also seems to be one thing
See, they
if
got the picture with the two fingers. You know, they referencing the Sistine Chapel with the what they call God touching the finger of Adam.
Yes.
They basically showing this is a religious type of thing. Really, this is a religious.
And this ain't playing on a late night, 3 o'clock in the morning, Comedy Central channel infomercial or Adult Swim, Cartoon Network. This is on CBS this morning.
Right. And that's old.
Yeah, these
You
are
know what
old.
I'm saying?
These are a year, 2 years old. Some of them are 4 years old, 5 years old.
And look what it says right here. Microchips could improve lives. So they desensitizing. They putting that in the people's minds.
Right, they made sure you saw this in the morning.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But cost privacy.
Right. Privacy. You're not gonna have no privacy. They know everything about you.
Yep.
Most
You're drinking
people
your coffee.
And most people on the move in the morning, so it's in and out. Like, oh, okay.
But you know what I noticed too?
15, 14.
It's more susceptible to running.
That's what it is.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
You
sure?
better, more, towards the end of the day, you're ready to cash it in.
Mm-hmm. Right. Watch Bobby.
Let's play this, y'all.
retailers can track me on my phone to see if they can get me to buy some socks or underwear. It's a different thing if my employer can see where I am, see what I'm doing when I'm off the job.
This is serious stuff. We're talking about a nonstop potential connection to my body. I can't turn it off. I can't put it away. It's in me. That's a big problem.
Even a dedicated biohacker has concerns.
It's very easy to have a chip implant. So my advice is don't put your life secrets on a chip implant.
Somebody put an implant inside me. I found it this morning.
It's a good movie. Watch that.
Suggested a future where humans are chipped and controlled. We have been warned.
So they just told your ass.
But you can open your door with it. So.
Biohackers also believe the next generation of chips will save lives
For old
by
people.
monitoring health and fitness. For now, being chipped means never having to say you're sorry. You forgot your key card. For CBS This Morning, John Blackstone, San Francisco.
I'm fascinated by this. I've always thought it was the future, that it would carry your medical records, that it could track your fitness, that you could buy your groceries with it. Right, like an Apple Pay or something. I'm skeptical. I'm scared of becoming a cyborg, but if you guys go first, I'll join you.
Futuristic film. Humans injected with a tiny chip.
Humans injected with a tiny chip.
Humans injected with a tiny chip, holding the key to all of their private information.
But as you're about to see in our CBS 46 investigation, it's not fiction. In fact, it's being marketed in Georgia as life-saving technology. So why do some experts say it's potentially deadly? CBS 46's Kim Fedek investigates.
It's used in key cards, prepaid tolls, even checked luggage. It's called RFID technology, or radio frequency identification. Small chips that store information.
So here's the chip.
And now that same technology is literally available in the flesh, with chips injected right into people's arms.
Chips injected right into people's arms.
Chips injected right into people's arms.
Says it burns a little bit. That's about it.
Atlanta firefighter John Santola was injected with the chip about the size of a grain of rice. When scanned, the number on the chip is linked to a database with Santola's medical history.
I had to go help me get some emergency
Centola was chipped when Florida-based VeriChip Corporation set up a booth at an Atlanta firefighter conference. They market the chip primarily for safety reasons, storing medical information for first responders, Alzheimer's patients, even children.
It is the only product that has been approved by the FDA for this specific purpose.
The FDA approved the use of chips in humans in 2004.
The FDA approved the use of chips in humans in 2004.
FDA approved the use of chips in humans in 2004, but since then it's caused quite a bit of controversy with some consumer groups concerned about privacy, even health concerns.
These are very powerful tools, especially if they fall in the hands of somebody with political ambitions.
One of the loudest voices of opposition is right here in the Boston area, a Harvard doctor and author of Spy Chips.
These technologies will not make us safer. I think they'll make us sitting ducks for Big Brother.
Dr. Catherine Albrecht also compiled 16 years of studies she says prove the chip can cause cancerous tumors.
16 years.
Can cause cancerous tumors.
But she said 16 years she's been investigating these chips that they cause, severe health problems, tumors. So that means that they've been testing these chips for a long time.
That's that ulcer.
That ulcer, yeah. Which goes back to what Bishop was saying, you're not going to get
Whatever precept, that's Revelation 16.
A lot of people gonna die.
Niggas gonna see.
Yeah, you're gonna turn into a zombie character.
Yep.
But that just lets you know that the Lord ordained them to get the chip. Like, so much information out here, but they still don't believe.
Revelation.
They don't believe in the Lord.
Right. Revelation 16:2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. A grievous and noisome sore. And this lady just said she been studying this shit, and tumors come up in people. And the Lord only gonna amp it up because the Lord send plagues. So he's gonna amp it up, and that's 2nd Ezra 16 says you're gonna be had in derision, man. These people that take this, it's not gonna ease it up for a little bit for them. No, they're gonna be had in derision.
Bro, right. If you look at the word annoysome, it means to be wrong, base, wicked, troublesome, injurious, pernicious, destructive, and baneful. So this shit is an term. Okay?
Yep, bad nature.
Bad nature.
It makes sense because they put it. It's on the news. That's
Yep.
mainstream media. They're telling you this shit. They fuck you up.
Explanations for the tumors.
Some of those people chip longer than others. Like the ones in Sweden, they've been chipped years ago. And the guy who they are showing the video just now, he said, I'm from Florida, he get chipped, I don't know what year is that, but he chipped already. The full swing of the chip ain't really coming yet. So these people have been chipped a long time. They probably will be the ones that have been tumors and shit. And they've been chipped a long time ago.
It's clear as day that these tumors were not only malignant, but they metastasized, they spread to the lung.
You know that shit work with this radio frequency identification. So Esau's going to use it with this, 5G, 6G, all that shit. So that it's already known that radiation causes cancer.
Right. So he's gonna ramp up that hardware,
right,
so that the system can seem effective. That's gonna ramp up the fact that people will have tumors and cancers.
Think they care if you're gonna have noisome sore? They gonna turn that bitch up on your ass.
Right. You know, like that nigga from 300 that couldn't pick up the shit.
Turn that 5G, 6G on your ass, start vibrating.
Guess what that's gonna do? That's gonna trim the herd. So the ones that can't take it, good. The ones that you can't take it, good. Get to work.
Stupid.
The liver, the thymus, the brain.
These pictures show the tumors growing around the actual chip in the mice and rats.
Certainly the company, they've done, I think, a tremendous job of keeping that information under wraps for the last several years.
We sat down with the chief medical officer of VeriChip and asked about the link to cancer in mice.
Yeah, I am not aware. I would have to take a look at what's out there right now. I'm not aware of any issues at this point.
But weeks later, VeriChip sent 26 pages of literature claiming the incidence of microchip-associated sarcoma in rodents is very low, and claims the mice in at least one of those studies were genetically engineered to be tumor-prone.
No doubt in your mind that this is safe for us now.
Yes, I mean, from everything that I've seen, it's very superficial. It's been in animals for 20 plus years.
Johnson Tola won't need
And
to work
whoever CBS 46, they got replaced.
Yeah, bro.
The hell you doing?
about the cancer date. His chip fell out after 2 days.
Would you get it again?
I would not get it again. I would not get it again. To me, this is the future of medicine.
But how far in the future? Well, Verichip advertises the technology in use at 8 Atlanta area medical facilities, including Crawford Long Hospital, Emory University, and DeKalb Medical Center. But our investigation found that none of these centers are actually using microchip technology. For full copies of studies done on microchips and humans, log on to CBS46.com. I'm Kim Fettig, CBS 46 Investigates.
Wow. 46.
It's gonna go there.
Tell them. What they gonna do?
Oh.
Nothing.
It gets dark.
Yeah. Brothers. Yep. In your face.
Could you look? Now I was gonna ask you if you could look up bitch ass nigga from the Alibaba group. The nigga from the Alibaba group. He said maybe last year individual carbon footprint trackers. I put it in the Telegram. Yeah, I put a little video, a little clip of him talking that shit.
What does the video say?
It's literally individual carbon footprint trackers.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I put it in Telegram. I don't know if you pull it up.
I ain't gonna pull it in case I post this.
Yeah, individual carbon footprint tracker. It should be a minute. Well,
right here.
Yeah. Yup.
There he is.
Yup.
25 seconds.
Through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? And so, individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned. We don't have it operational yet, but this is something that we're working on.
It's like how you guys feel about
These people devils, bro.
Right.
He's excited saying that too. We can track what they do, what they eat.
Yep. You see how he moves? He motions his fingers?
Yeah.
Like a small piece
Right.
of technology.
Oh,
Look at Jake.
Damn, Jake.
That's a little.
Revelation 14 here, man. Jay got a chip on top of him.
And it is put in a small glass capsule, and it is injected into your body, just like a shot of penicillin. As I mentioned previously, there's a product on it called Biobond that immediately upon injection forms a pseudo-scar tissue inside your skin. Because the chip doesn't migrate, there's no power source in the chip. It lies dormant underneath your skin for years, and it's only awakened when a scanner is waved over the area where the chip is implanted.
Verichip. There they are. Yeah, the company is in Florida, but I think it closed down because they got a lot of bad publicity.
Right, now they're going under a different name somewhere.
Somewhere else, yeah.
In an underground bunker testing on
It was
fucking
too
children.
obvious. Verichip, like
The chip itself does not have any location
they didn't like that name.
technology capabilities such as GPS. The product is tiny, it's the size of a grain of rice. Today, it is impossible to put
Associated Press.
a GPS receiver and a GPS transmitter inside a product the size of a grain of rice. So the chip itself is purely for identification, only holds a 16-digit code for you, that is your identification number.
The scanner rates me, it could be on a portal like any kind of network you want it to. It's open architecture.
And then once they have it for the medical application, to communicate their medical records, their medical device information, their insurance information, their personal information in a clinical or emergency situation, they can then use it for the other applications: security, ingress and egress into a facility, financial as a secondary means of authentication, the credit cards to help prevent identity theft.
U.S. Department of Health. Government health. Access granted. Card expired. Access granted. It's there when you need it. When they force it on you.
Aujourd'hui, au bout de ça, on parle de plus qu'on pourra s'implanter, ce sera quand ça?
Certainement dans les 10 années à venir. Et d'abord, on va les implanter dans nos vêtements, c'est-à-dire wearables, comme on le dit. Et après, on pourrait s'imaginer qu'on les implante dans nos cerveaux ou dans notre peau. Et à la fin, peut-être il y a une communication directe entre notre cerveau et le monde digital. Ce que nous voyons, c'est une sorte de fusion du monde physique, digital et biologique.
On appelle quelqu'un, on n'a même plus le réflexe de devoir prendre un appareil, ça se fait naturellement. Hein. La technique continue le corps.
Oui, vous parlez, vous dites, je veux maintenant être connecté avec n'importe qui. Et d'abord, vous avez les robots personnalisés. Et j'ai vu que M. Zuckerberg a prédit qu'à la fin de l'année, il va avoir son robot.
Cotton Swab. Yeah, basically he's saying like it's gonna be. He said it was 2016. He said in 10 years it's gonna be under your skin, and basically you're gonna to connect with people. You can just say the word. You can just connect to them, just like saying connect to this person. Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard to pick up my phone and dial my brother.
My fingers hurt.
It's so hard to do that.
Right.
It's so hard to just. They already got keys at your door unlock anyways. The fuck, your car door and shit. You remember Connor not posted that video? He saw it. He saw it in live. But bro, they got keys already. All you got to do is walk up to your car and the shit unlock. It need to be more convenient than that.
It's too much effort, bro. You got the newer Benzes and Beamers. They can open by themselves. Yeah, the door open just you walk up and does it.
We already got push to start. We already got smartphones. Oh, you just need to be robots now.
Right.
Cyborgs.
Why even leave your house when you can just put the VR?
Right.
It's a digital world.
And you could go to Planet Bazooka.
Cyber chase.
Yeah.
Be the new Frank.
A digital spouse.
You could go to Charlie Brown Planet and play with Snoopy all day.
Yeah. You could become Mega Man NT Warrior.
Right. You go to Bikini Bottom. Stop. You can hear Krusty Krab singing Jonas. I know y'all seen that.
Sa disposition dans Downton Abbey, on aura son devenir personnel, son serviteur, son esclave.
Oui, mais il y a une différence. C'est un serviteur qui, avec l'intelligence artificielle, apprend. Et qui n'est pas seulement votre assistant pour des travaux manuels, qui peut vraiment être un partenaire intellectuel.
Tonight, groundbreaking new technology enabling a paralyzed man to walk again for the first time in more than a decade, thanks in part to the power of his own thoughts. Hertjan Oskum was in a motorcycle crash in 2011.
12 years ago, I got an accident and had a spinal cord injury, so I'm not able to move my legs anymore.
A year ago, scientists in Switzerland placing electronic implants in areas of his brain and spinal cord that control movement. Then, using artificial intelligence, researchers building what they call a digital bridge, establishing a wireless connection between Oskum's brain and spinal cord to stimulate movement, bypassing the injured areas of his body, essentially putting his thoughts into action.
I could control my hips. The brain implant picked up what I was doing with my hips.
The 40-year-old has been able to stand, walk, and even climb stairs with the help of those implants.
Oh, yeah.
And even when the implants are turned off, Oskum can walk with the help of crutches. The researchers saying he developed new nerve connections.
We can give back hope to the people with a spinal cord injury, and they will be able to walk again thanks to
those miracles see the world.
Be like
Right. But that's not making him hold the motherfuckers walking, ain't walking, but 0.5 miles an hour.
right? Went to the average peon. Wow.
Right.
Signing.
Ah.
Trust the
He
sign.
never walked before.
God is doing this. And you know, our people, this is God's work. How can you say this ain't God's work?
Hey, but listen, then we talk about going to the store about the lame man and how his muscles are actified and how instantly.
Right. They were leaping.
Revelation 19:20, right?
This man can't leap. You can't pay him to leap.
He's not made. He was not made.
He still ain't getting no pussy. Just
He might get some in the wheelchair. You know, he might get some sympathy.
That rod ain't working out. That rod.
He's paralyzed.
Bring that rod back.
He is paralyzed.
Right. Hey man, behold. Well, Revelation.
We'll bring out two more.
Yeah.
Revelation 19:20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone.
Beast was taken, made of the EU, with the false prophet. What is this? The Roman Catholic Church. We're in basically Esau's whole system.
Yep.
You know, and they should say they got deceived. Those who took it got deceived, man. And those who received it gonna be in that lake of fire, man. Right. Which is America on fire. You got it. I mean, the America's gonna fire, the main fire. There's gonna be fire throughout the different places, but that lake of fire gonna be here in Babylon.
That's right. Hey, Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Yeah, so Lord said, because we tend to the word of the Lord carefully, He gonna tend to us carefully, man. All right, because it's gonna be an hour of temptation throughout the four corners of the earth, but the Lord got us. The Lord been keeping us down, since we first came in, and He's been keeping us. Even when we was in the world, the Lord was keeping us, but now much more now. That we be in His service. The Lord said, "My servant shall eat, my servant shall drink." And brothers that got children, y'all seeds gonna eat too, man.
Right.
That's right. Read verse 11.
Verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Yeah. So the Lord said He coming quickly. Hold fast to this truth that no man take thy crown, man. Even yourself, man. You gotta constantly examine ourselves and be more on point, because the Lord's gonna keep us. I mean, that hour of temptation coming, we gotta be locked in so the Lord can keep us, man.
That's right.
And that's beautiful, because right after it says you keep us from our temptation, very next verse He says, "I come quickly." So you know, once they push that chip, the Lord is coming quickly. You know.
That's right. Hey, so with that,
the Lord wanting this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. We want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto you. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone with Rubel, and peace and greetings and salutations to all the like Akim. Let's push His word and truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.